Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to this episode of Cooking with Jim, Paddy's Day special. Tonight, I'm going to be making corned beef and cabbage. Everyone knows the rules. I have 1 hour to complete my recipe and then eat it. Joining me in this special episode, I believe you're an Irishman. It's Paddy Parlay. Or Parlay Paddy. I can't read it from here.
How's it going, Jim?
It's going pretty good. Been living life to the fullest. I'm excited. I've never made corned beef cabbage before. I've actually never cooked with corned beef, but I have had corned beef at diners before.
Okay. It's a risky move at a diner.
Oh, dude, some diners it's fire. So let me get the timer going. I don't know. All the recipes I found online for cooking corned beef took at least 2 hours, so we're going to be kind of flying by the seat of our pants here. Before I begin, let me make sure I have all the pans necessary to cook. Oh, I need a pan. That's what I need. I knew I was missing something. Oh. I got a pot for the veggies. Non-stick, boys. That non-stick life. Okay. Timer begins. How do you think I'm going to do?
I think you can do it. I've watched Chopped, and they cook stuff that's not supposed to be done quickly in 20 minutes. You can do that.
Let's do it. Okay, get the clock. Timer. 1 hour. Now, so first things first, I'm going to start with the meat. I want to get the meat kind of like in a pot, ready to go. Kind of getting, before I put it up on the pan, I want to get this kind of cooking up, ready to go, seasoned in the pot before I start actually pan frying it and whatever. So I got my corned beef right here. It's very bloody. I don't know how I'm going to be cutting this. Oh, I kind of see little diagonals. Boom. Cut this bitch. You know what I should have done before this, though? It's too late now. I'm already committed. Probably should have started some water to boil.
Yeah. That might have been helpful.
It's too late now. I'm already committed to this. I'm in too deep. So what are you up to?
Oh, I need to get a bracket challenge, bracket filled out. So tournament's starting and kind of have an idea, but I haven't really filled it out. So
who do you have winning it all?
Probably Gonzaga.
Ooh, you think this is their year finally?
I've only watched one team play basketball, so I couldn't tell you anything about anyone else. I'm going to be picking these off of what I think would be the most fun to happen.
I'm all in on the Iowa train. I also, for some reason, think TCU kind of gets to the Sweet 16. TCU always struck me as a team that can get hot.
Yeah, they played tough teams all year. They split with KU?
Yep. They split with KU. They had a couple big upsets, and I'm letting everybody know. I've missed a couple other shows. I'm fading the fuck out of Ohio State and Wisconsin. If you lose to Nebraska, you're done to me.
That's fair enough.
I think I'm doing this right. Either way, it's festive. It's Saint Paddy's Day, which is why I have this pack of Guinness here with me. Once I get this meat ready, I'm going to start diving into that. I might try and tornado a Guinness, which will be kind of fun, I think. It is a stout. It is the Guinness Drought Stout. So they're going to be heavy. It's going to be my heavy pre-dinner drink.
But it's always good, though.
It's always good. It's wild to me that those cans have the balls in them too.
Oh yeah, like the nitro ball.
Yeah, I always consider it like you just open up the can and they give you a free pong ball.
I don't get people who say that you can't drink Guinness in the summer and that it's like a fall and winter beer. You can drink it year round. It's always good.
It's just heavy. That's the issue people will have. They don't like drinking heavy beers in the summer. No, Guinness works. Like certain stouts don't work in the summer. Guinness works. I'm more of a G&T guy when the summer comes, though.
Yeah, I've got a Boulevard Irish Ale tonight.
My fucking blows. So you're feeling the spirit, too.
I am. Plus, one of my friends left it in my fridge from the Super Bowl. So I figured I could just take care of that.
Might as well. Oh, my God. Okay, I'm thinking, honestly, for me, since I'm the only one eating this, that's enough meat right here. I think that's plenty. God damn it. Come here, bitch. Ah.
You ever sharpen that knife, or are you using a spoon?
Dude, it's a super dull knife. I don't really get it. Let me get some water boiling. I'm making some corned beef. Corned beef. So, corned beef to me, I've only really had, besides when it's like festive like this, I always just have it for breakfast.
I've had like sliced corned beef on sandwiches. I don't think I've ever ate corned beef and cabbage.
I've done I love cabbage. I'll tell you that much for free. I love cabbage with a lot of different things.
So you got a recipe, or are you just winging it?
I looked up a recipe, but I'll be honest with you, every recipe I saw was at least like 3 to 4 hours. So I used the ingredients and I'm just kind of winging it.
Like
okay. Saved it. Almost dropped it, saved it. Let me wash off this cutting board knife. That's a window cleaner. I can't use that to wash off my cutting board. Here we go. Dish soap for my hands, dish soap for my dishes. We're all good. Woo, that's a strong smell. Holy cow. Okay, let's dry this shit off. What's your favorite thing about Ireland?
I mean, I like castles. They're always cool. I think they have a lot of those over there.
I also like to think castles, like the stable part of a castle is kind of like a garage if you think about it. Stables are just garages for animals.
It is, because I mean, horses were basically cars then.
That's pretty badass. Okay, so what takes the longest to I guess I should season shit first, actually.
I feel like that cabbage is going to take longer to cook than you'd think.
Huh?
I feel like the cabbage is going to take longer to cook than you might
I know. I'm
think.
going to put the cabbage in the pan first. That's the first thing I'm going to cook. But I got to get this meat ready. Ah, fuck. Well, first injury of the night. Cut my thumb. But the meat's already bloody, so I'm not going to do anything about that.
It'll kick out.
That'll fine. Blood cooks out. So other than the seasoning packet the thing came with, I've got garlic, pepper, and some Lowry's.
Okay. A little seasoned salt.
Yeah. Put a whole bunch of that in with the meat.
So who do you have as a Cinderella team this year?
I mean, TCU really. TCU's kind of my Cinderella team, but I think if you're looking at a bracket right now, who's Auburn? Oh, actually,
Auburn plays Jacksonville State.
My Cinderella team was Wyoming.
Yeah.
But who's Auburn playing?
Jacksonville State.
I actually have Jacksonville State, I think, making the Sweet 16, which would be really interesting.
I decided to go with Richmond as my Cinderella team.
The Spiders?
Yep. I think they kind of did it. It was a while ago, but
I remember them being really good.
Yeah, they made it pretty far. Was that Shaka before he went to Texas?
I think so. I think he was a Richmond guy. Okay, Cabbage is up next. Got blood on my cabbage. That's just seasoning, though, right?
Yeah.
Every recipe I looked at said to use a half a head, so that's what I'm going to do. Let me get some olive oil going. Heat up this pan. Let me get my cabbage in there. So I'm going to heat that up a little bit. Heat up my cabbage. Then I'm going to throw some water in there. Next up are the onions. Before I do that, let me crack one of these. Ooh, now it's St. Paddy's Day. So you're going Richmond as your Cinderella team?
Yeah, I think so. It's been long enough since they did it that you can maybe recycle them.
Okay. Let's do onion next.
So I've about got it filled out. I'll let you know who's going to win.
It's going to be Iowa.
So
Which one seed? I guess you'd go with Gonzaga, but I would ask you, what one seed do you think has the best shot?
Yeah, I'd say Gonzaga or Baylor.
I really like Arizona.
I think Houston is going to be tough.
I think so too. Baylor is a team I have going really far. I think I have Baylor getting knocked out in the Elite Eight.
Yeah, Arizona's going to have some tough games if they get TCU and then either Houston or Illinois.
Either one of those teams would be fucking difficult.
So I've got my final four is Gonzaga, Baylor, and Tennessee and Wisconsin.
Oh, you're on. I have Tennessee getting knocked out in the first round.
I put Duke getting knocked out in the first round.
That would be objectively hilarious.
That's why I did it. It's kind of funny that Coach K, like one of the greatest head coaches ever, and they lose their last game at home. So then I just thought it's kind of the next step is to lose the first round of the tournament.
I'm gonna add some Guinness to my my meat stock. Can't go wrong with that, right?
Nope.
Well, my meat looks like it's cooking. So that's a good sign, right? I'm going to throw some water in here with my cabbage. Get those all nice and moist.
So did you do any practice cooks, or are you just going into this?
I don't do practice. I just do full send, okay? I do what I do.
This way to do it.
Last week I made meatloaf. It actually came out pretty well. Everyone watching remembers the meatloaf. My review of the meatloaf was really good. I should have done a little bit more of the sauce, like the top coating of the meatloaf. I didn't do enough of it.
What kind of topping do you use?
It was like a mix of ketchup, sriracha, paprika. I forget exactly what else.
Okay. I'm a ketchup, mustard, and brown sugar mixture guy.
Yeah, I got rid of the brown sugar. I opted for sriracha instead, just to add spice instead of a little too, because I thought it was sweet enough as is. I didn't think I needed the brown sugar. Next up is the garlic. How many cloves of garlic do you think I should have?
Oh, 3 or 4.
Oh, you're way too conservative with your garlic, bro.
Well, how big are the cloves?
Like that big.
Just do a whole head.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. How big are your cloves that you're using? Jesus.
I mean, I guess the recipes I follow are just too basic.
You follow some basic bitch recipes. That's why I'm cooking. I'm cooking off the books right now.
Here's another upset I've got. I've got Akron over UCLA in the first round.
I have that too, I think.
And Virginia Tech over Texas, because fuck Texas.
Yeah, I was right there with you. Okay, I'm going to do a phone cam real quick just so people can fucking see how this looks. Let me do this. Let me bam. Oop. Fucking that up. There's always at least some minor technical difficulties. If you didn't do the first one, holy shit, it was bad. Okay, let me move this one real quick. You seeing this shit?
That is some meat and some water.
Yeah, that's what we're doing here. Boom, boom, and we're back. Oh god! Oh god! Oh geez! Oh geez! Okay. We're all good. Can you still hear me, Parker? We fucking Patty P pushing Patty. I'm fucking freaking out here.
Yep, still hear you.
Okay, good. Ah, jeez. Okay, let's turn that down a little bit.
Just going right at that burner with the hot pad.
Let's turn that down a little bit. Well, now I'm going to have to wipe this down. I wasn't planning on doing that. I think you were right on these cabbages, on this cabbage. It's going to take forever to fucking cook that thing.
What temperature you got that going at?
High.
Okay.
As high as the stovetop will go.
All right. I was going to say anything else is a mistake.
Yeah.
I don't know why ovens have low and medium. Everything's high.
No, everything. You cook everything on high. Oh my god. Okay. Well, that was that was the first little mishap right there. We almost had a disaster. But crisis averted. That's what the garage does. We just spend our time averting crises. Doing some degen shit. Get the fuck down. What the hell do you think you're doing? Little lady. Bitch ass cat. Ugh. Top three, no, top one favorite Irish movie. Go.
The only one I can think of is Boondock Saints.
I knew you were going to say that, and that's like the only one I could think of too. I haven't seen The Irishman.
Neither have I. I heard it was long, so I just gave up. I didn't even try.
Martin Scorsese film. Of course it's long. Fucking love Casino, though. That's a great movie.
Batman, that was a long movie.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I thought it wasn't bad. It could have been shorter. There were some scenes that definitely I got the point long before it was over.
Okay, I know. I kind of know what you're talking about. I've seen some movies like that. Sounds like it sounds like it was good but meandering.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it necessarily felt long, but when you looked at the time when it was over, you're like, holy shit, just sat here for 3 hours.
Yeah. Garlic. Sticky. Why is that? Have we ever found out why garlic is sticky?
No. We'll say the hardest part about long movies like that is trying to figure out when to go to the bathroom.
Yes. Because you know when you do it, you're gonna time it just wrong. And you're gonna get fucked and miss a good part of the movie.
Right. Like, I made it almost to the end, but there was a point, maybe 2/3 of the way through, where I was sitting there kind of wondering, is now my opportunity? Then I sat there for another 5 minutes watching the scene, and I was like, yep, that's when I should have gone. I could have missed this.
My cabbage is making noises. Is that like a normal thing?
Yes.
Oh, it's soft though. So my cabbage is actually getting kind of soft. I'm gonna add in my other aromatics and whatnot.
Are you going with a wood spoon there?
Yeah.
That's a good spoon.
It's a fancy thing, isn't it? I thought wood spoons were like kind of fancy. Adding in my aromatics. I gotta add some carrots still in there.
You just put those garlic cloves in whole?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, I love whole garlic cloves. Absolutely love them. Some carrots. And then I'm gonna wash off about 6 or 7 of these little potatoes and throw them in there too. Throw these in there. Now I'm gonna add some of that Lowry's into here.
What even would be considered like Irish seasoning?
I feel like I've heard of Irish Sprig, but that might just be an Old Spice flavor.
Yeah, that's definitely a bar of soap.
And then what What do I like doing with veggies? No. Damn it. I usually add a little bit of oregano. Don't seem like I have any.
Got any parsley?
I don't. I wish I did. I got celery seed. Should I try that?
The same thing. It's green.
Okay, let's try some celery seed. Bam. I'm not usually a celery guy, but I'll try it. That'll be good for now. I'm just gonna let these things kind of cook for a little bit. Throw a lid back on that. Lid's right here. I'm losing myself here. Actually, let me stir that up before I do that. Okay, I'm relaxing. We can relax a little bit. I can clean up. I can have a carrot. My meat's looking kind of interesting. I don't know how to feel about this.
So what kind of meat did you start off with?
Corned beef, brisket. So let me see what my timer's at. We got 35 minutes to go. What I'm thinking is, when I get to 20 minutes, I'll add the beef and a little bit of that broth in, or maybe all the broth. I'll add that to the pan with all the vegetables and stuff.
Gotcha.
Let those flavors get to know each other. Oh, it's been a while since I've had a Guinness. Last time I was drinking fucking Bud Heavy. You know what? I'm feeling like this is going pretty good. I'm gonna give myself a little reward. I'm gonna have a popsicle.
Okay. Is that gonna go good with the Guinness?
I don't know. It balances out the sweetness.
Okay.
I don't like that noise. Okay. I'm turning that heat down a little bit. It sounds like static electricity over there on the stove.
But did you just turn heat down?
A little bit. It's making weird noises. When stuff starts making weird noises, that's the only move I know how to do. Everyone who watches me will know also that I'm a big proponent of clean while you wait. So I'm waiting for my stuff to be done here. I'm cleaning. I'm wiping the counter down. Also, question for you. So I put those mini potatoes in, like whole skin on and everything. Would you have peeled those?
No, I like skin on potatoes.
There you go. I do too.
Adds a little bit of a different texture.
That's a nice flavor too, I feel. That actually smells really good. Holy shit. Ooh, that meat smells pretty good, bro.
I imagine the kitchen smelling like garlic and seasoned salt.
Yeah, that's basically, yeah. You should have been here last time when I did roasted vegetables. It did smell like garlic, like the whole place.
I did roasted vegetables 2 nights ago. My house still smells like it.
It's so good. It's just a great way to make your house smell good.
I just did some broccoli and potatoes with some Montreal steak seasoning.
What the fuck is Montreal steak seasoning?
It's like a McCormick pre-mix thing.
Okay.
It's real peppery, a little bit of salt. I'm not sure what's in there.
Very interesting. So, I'm going to try and tornado this next Guinness I do.
Okay.
How do we think it's going to go? It
Poorly.
says smooth and creamy right here.
True.
I've never tried a tornado at Guinness, though. Usually I do those with light beers.
I feel like the bottle shape might make it difficult.
Maybe. I'm going to throw these in the fridge. Cool them down. Yeah. When was the first time you had Guinness?
Oh, it was freshman or sophomore year of college, probably.
Mine was definitely freshman year of college. I thought I was some hot shit fucko bringing Guinness to a house party. What a dipshit move that was.
And that would depend on what kind of crowd you got at the house party.
Bunch of, people who like, bunch of rednecks.
Yeah, it probably doesn't play in that crowd. But if you find the right people, show up to a house party with Guinness, probably wouldn't be the weirdest one there.
That sounds like a pretty weird house party, and I'm kind of in for it.
Right, it's real niche, and you probably won't find it because they wouldn't invite you. It's less of a party and more like 8 people sitting around a table playing Settlers of Catan for 3 hours.
That sounds like some nerd shit.
A little bit. Not a bad game, though.
I guess it's no more nerdy than me sitting around tonight and tomorrow night and every night this week and next week betting absurd amounts of college basketball.
It's a different kind of weird and nerdy.
The first half unders will reign supreme. I can actually check to see.
So is that just for the first round, or does first half under follow into the second round?
It's just for the first round.
So I'll be at the casino for the round of 32. So what's the bet there?
I just do straight up picks. So I'll do spread bets and shit like that. Damn it, I can't see. This is the nice part of cooking. And here I was going to be stressed that this wasn't going to come out well because this was like the meat just wasn't going to cook. The only issue I might have, this meat is kind of feeling like it's going to be kind of tough. Maybe boiling it was a mistake?
Could have been.
Does that make it tough when it's boiled?
I mean, I've never boiled beef, so I'm not really sure how that affects it.
It feels tough.
I mean, I've slow cooked beef.
You're like in a crock pot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what a lot of the recipes said do.
Maybe there's a reason for that.
Maybe there is, but I mean, you'll see the plating and presentation of this, and then I'll have a bite. We'll see how that goes.
You eat with your eyes first. So as long as it looks good.
The presentation is the most important part. Okay, we're almost at the 25-minute mark where I'm going to add the beef to the vegetables. Let those flavors get to know each other real well. That's one Guinness down. While we wait for that, I'm going to tornado this shit. You ready for this?
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Okay. That was a fail. I give that like a D plus, C minus. Started out pretty good, and then just immediately just a wall of foam.
Kind of downgraded into a thunderstorm instead of a tornado.
Yep, it was just a thunderstorm. It was a tornado watch.
Yeah.
Not quite an active tornado. Where are we at?
Well, you just inspired me to go get another beer myself.
Well, that's perfect because we're at the 25-minute mark, basically. Time to do this shit. Let me get this ready. Transfer. Back to the pan. Those veggies smell really good. Holy shit. Now time to add the meat. The veggies.
Kind of wondering if that's going to be enough time for those potatoes.
That's my, I kind of wonder that too. If I poke them, they're kind of soft.
Guess they are pretty small.
Yeah, they were teeny potatoes. Yeah. Get in there. Get in there. Okay. I'll show you. Let's see how this pan looks. Let me give you a little view of that. Showing you how the pan looks. Showing you how the pan looks. There you go.
That is some corned beef and some vegetables.
I don't know if that's like a compliment or not, or if you're just like saying that is just what it is.
Yeah, I haven't decided if it's a compliment or not. I'll let you know when it's done.
Okay, we'll see when it's done. Okay, now we wait some more. Wait some more. Now we wait some more. Hey, they can't all be winners, guys. Just because it says Chef Jim down there, this is my second meal I've ever cooked. Hey, speaking of which, what would you want to? What you got? Anything that you would want me to cook next or anytime soon?
I don't know. I feel like you should do some tailgating food.
Ooh, like nachos. Nachos would be a good one.
Or see how many different kinds of like dip you can make in an hour.
Ooh. I can do guac, bean dip, queso.
Buffalo chicken.
Oh, buffalo chicken dip, bro.
It's always the crowd pleaser.
It's because you don't see it very often. You don't see it as much as the other ones.
Could also be like how many blocks of cream cheese can I use in an hour?
I don't like cream cheese that much to do that.
I feel like that's in every dip nowadays. It's just a block of cream cheese.
People fucking love cream cheese, and I'm like, yeah, it's fine. I don't get the hype.
This might be a bold stance, but I don't get the hype of avocado.
Dude.
Guac is good. Avocado on its own, it's just
Well, no, you
there.
gotta like add seasonings and stuff to it, but like avocado toast with like a little bit of lime juice and some pepper. Shit's bomb. Okay. Sounds are happening. I feel chefy when I move around stuff with my wooden spoon. I'll tell you this. The garlic is like mushy soft right now. So that's a thing.
Trying to think of a cooking pun for XFL Jim.
Like an acronym or a pun?
Like a pun name.
Huh.
Like you've got gymnasium, gym rats. Need the cooking version of that.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Like if you were making mixed drinks, it could be gin and tonic.
Oh my god, dude. How do you keep doing this?
It's a gift. It's a useless skill that will never get me anywhere, but it's fun.
Jim. God damn. That's a good question. Shit, I can't think of any cooking ones. On the topic of cooking, like shows and themes and whatnot, do you have a favorite cooking show right now? Because mine is right now. I'm about to finish it. It's Final Table on Netflix.
Yeah, I saw that one. I think just the classic Triple D. It's got to be my favorite.
Oh, I mean, that's an old timer. Guy Fieri is like the ultimate. I also like watching Top Chef. And then for me, it's always easy to go back to most Iron Chefs.
Yeah, Chopped and Triple D are pretty much the only two I've watched a lot of.
Well, Chopped is like, to me, Chopped was always a show before I had streaming services that I would just fall asleep to. Because they would just run episodes of Chopped on Food Network
Oh yeah, just
from
all night.
basically 8 p.m. to like 4 a.m. So
My only problem with Chopped was like some of the ingredients were like, where the hell am I ever going to find these and cook with them?
That was always a cool aspect of that. I always liked that. That's kind of what inspired me for this show. Was like, oh, Chopped could do that with whatever ingredients in an hour. How hard can it be?
I'd be more impressed if they could like open my fridge and make a meal out of condiments and chicken that I cooked 2 weeks ago and just haven't gotten around to throwing out.
I would love them to just come to my house, open my fridge, see leftover Chinese food, some hot links, some beef sticks, like old Wisconsin beef sticks, and some seltzer, and just do something. Second Guinness down, onto the third.
I did like the Chef's Table on Netflix.
I like that show a lot.
I liked the France one the best.
It made me feel fancy.
I
It also made me feel like I was learning.
I almost wanted to eat vegetables after watching that French dude.
So that's a type of food I don't know if I've ever eaten at a French restaurant.
I haven't. feel like we don't live in big enough cities to really find French restaurants.
It's true. That's true. I'm trying to think. Nope. I've never eaten French. I've eaten at an Ethiopian restaurant before. I haven't eaten at like a Spanish restaurant like Spain. There's plenty of Mexican restaurants around us.
Yeah, I've eaten at plenty of those. I've ate at a lot of Italian places.
Yep. I've eaten at my fair share of Thai places, and I fucking love them. I love Thai food. Maybe that'll be the next one I do is a Thai curry. Just because I want. The smells really good, at least. So at the very least, it smells good. Good old corned beef. Man, I'd love to go to Ireland. I bet they got some really good garages there. They got weird tiny cars.
They'd be pretty small garages though.
I think so.
Like a lot
I
of
feel
just
like they
one
do
car.
a lot of walking. I have no basis to judge that off of. Just in my head, I feel like Irish people do a lot of walking.
I'm just kind of picturing an old man in like a flat cap riding an old bicycle.
I think they also do a lot of biking. And then not like motorcycles, but electric bikes or like gas-powered bikes through the countryside.
There's a lot of mopeds.
Those two. Mopeds are fucking everywhere. How cool would it be to buy a castle?
It'd be pretty sweet.
Just fix it up and make it a vacation home?
Wonder if they would have rules on what you can and can't do to it.
Like if it's like a historical site or something?
Right. I mean, there's probably very few castles that aren't historical.
True, but like if you own it, I wonder what limit. Yeah, I do wonder what limitations they would put on it because I'd put up a bunch of shit.
Do you dig a moat?
Oh fuck yeah, I'd dig a moat.
Okay.
Who wouldn't dig a moat? An
I don't
idiot.
know.
You got to be protected. I would have a drawbridge.
Naturally. No reason not to.
Be a
It
modern
doesn't hurt
drawbridge.
anything.
I gotta be able to bring like all my shit in.
I feel like you move in, get all the heavy stuff in, then you dig the moat and put in the drawbridge like kind of later.
That's smart. And then since you own a castle, you're probably rich enough just to have people like airlift stuff in.
Right, in the future.
Yeah. Like anything else you would need. What do you think internet service is like in a castle?
Just get Skylink.
I'm not buddies enough with Elon Musk to do that.
We'll just wait until then and then get it. But I'm going to guess that it's going to have a hard time going through all the stone walls.
I would think.
Spotty connection at best.
But if you have like an underground connection, you could just have them bury a line all the way into the castle, like to the castle grounds, and have just like a wireless hub inside your castle. Get the fuck off of here. Yeah. Look at this bitch trying to climb on the counter. You know you did something wrong, right? That's why you're fucked up right now. Yeah.
You could turn this into a ratatouille type situation and have the cat finish cooking.
Oh. Come here. Come here. I'll hear it away. That idea was short-lived, but it was a good one.
Going back to try and think of more Ireland movies.
Isn't there one with? It's not. It's like a redheaded actress.
Leap Year.
Leap Year.
Boom. Amy Adams.
Amy Adams. That's the one.
Yeah, that's the only other one I can think of.
Technically Braveheart because there's that one Irish guy in it.
Yeah. It's close enough.
Boondock Saints 2. That's a good question.
Braveheart. I don't feel like there's a lot of Scotland movies either. So Braveheart and then that Brave, the Disney one.
Yeah, those are really the only two, but that's kind of a small area to make a bunch of movies out of. But other countries have like their own film waves. Like France has a own fucking like the French wave is its own kind of genre.
Never seen a French movie.
Some of them are pretty fucking good.
Are they dubbed or do you have to read subtitles?
I read subtitles because I'm a fucking... Sometimes I like to feel fancy.
It just seems like a lot of work for a movie.
God damn it, it's not. There's so many good movies out there. I will die on that hill. That the fact that subtitles are a stopping point makes people miss out on a ton of movies. I would literally say 4 of my top 10 movies of the last decade have been from Korea. And those are all subbed.
I mean, if I wanted to read a book, I'd read a book, you know?
Yeah, but you're not reading a book. You're watching a movie.
But I'm not watching a movie because I'm going to be paying attention to the words at the bottom the whole time.
You can't read. How slow do you read?
Very slow.
Okay, then. Maybe you have a legit concern. We're coming in on the last 10 minutes right now. We're at the 9-minute mark.
XF Hell's Kitchen is the only thing I can come up with, and I don't like it.
That's not terrible. That's not bad. XF Hell's Kitchen is pretty good. Yeah, I can't really think of too much else. Do you have a USFL team, by the way? I'm going to ask everybody who comes on this.
No, but we can figure one out.
Okay. I'm trying to think. I know you're a Kansas State fan. I don't remember any Kansas State players getting drafted.
The USFL?
The USFL.
I saw a couple.
Okay. I'm just going off the top of my head. There was probably, if I had to guess, like venturing a guess, I would guess there would be like 4.
I feel like there was 2 that got drafted to the same team.
Well, you'll have to figure out which team that is. I would peg you as a I'd peg you as a Michigan fan.
What's their mascot?
Huh?
What's their mascot?
The Panthers, but they were the original Panthers. They were the Panthers before the NFL team. And their logo looks sick as shit. So if you want to go by mascot, if you're going by mascot, I honestly think the coolest mascot or like team name is the Houston team, the Gamblers.
Looks like there's a couple K-State guys got drafted by Pittsburgh.
Ooh, the Maulers?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Maulers have the worst fucking uniforms. They look like bad Clemson uniforms.
We'll look it up.
Look it up, dude. They're like purple and orange in the worst way.
See, okay, so you've got Birmingham Stallions, Houston Gamblers, New Orleans Breakers,
Yep.
Tampa Bay Bandits.
Yep.
I just don't associate Bandits with Florida.
You see, I don't either. I like the name Bandits, but I always feel like that should be a Southwest team.
Right, like it should be the Houston Bandits and the Tampa Bay Gamblers.
Also, I love
or the
that.
New
I do
Orleans
like the
Gamblers
Gamblers,
and the Tampa Bay Breakers.
but to me, it's weird that Houston team is the Gamblers when gambling is illegal in Texas.
It's fair enough.
I wish out of all the teams they would have brought back, my favorite team from the old USFL was the Memphis Showboats, which to me is a great team name, and they had a great logo. They had an old time.
Oh yeah, those uniforms are not good.
Those Maulers ones, dude, they're the worst. They're the worst ones in the league.
It's like something you would create if you were making your own NFL team on like Madden 2006.
I always said they were like bad Clemson uniforms.
It's like a default everything.
It's like imagine if you played a Madden sort of game, but they had zero rights to any actual teams. So they just had to make up their own teams and just like
Right.
put random colors.
Or it's just like football is the name of the game.
Well, no, like in Japan, before they did Tecmo Super Bowl, they actually had a game where they didn't have the rights to any NFL players, so they just thought of random American names. So there'd be people named like Randy Beer or like John Football.
It's like those early Madden games. The crowd would just be cheering "Go Team, Go!"
Exactly. I don't know why this is popping into my head right now, but did you see the news about that NIL kid who potentially is getting $8 million?
No, but that's a ridiculous amount of money.
Some college kid. I assume it's going to be Archie Manning or Arch Manning. He's going to get like he's reportedly getting $8 million to go to some school.
Jeez.
Which blows my mind. That's so much money.
Especially if he ends up being a bust.
Could you imagine getting $8 million as a freshman in college?
Yeah, that'd be ridiculous. I wouldn't ever be a sophomore in college.
I would have died. I would have just died. I probably would have just like I'm not going to any classes. I'm doing shitloads of every drug I can afford and just always drunk.
Yeah, that either completely kills all your motivation or it makes you the kind of person who becomes a billionaire by the time they're 30. I don't think there's a middle ground there.
I don't think so either. I get some high quality paint because the paint I sniff now is just not that good.
Name brand instead of store brand.
Exactly. Maybe I could get a sponsorship with Sherwin-Williams. Where are we at? Where are we at time-wise? Oh, 2.5 minutes.
So is the USFL playing all their games in one place?
So for year one, because of COVID and all that, they're playing all the games in Birmingham. I think it's also just to save money.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
So they're playing every game, at least in season one, in Birmingham. I think they're putting the players up in hotels. I saw a little bit of potential controversy because I don't remember if the league was paying for the hotels or if they were going to make the players pay for them.
So really, it's going to be the Birmingham Stallions versus the Birmingham Gamblers versus the Birmingham Breakers and the Birmingham Bandits and the
Actually,
Birmingham
it's going to be
Panthers.
no. They're all the same. They're all their normal teams. It's just every game that Birmingham plays is a home game.
Yeah.
So I feel
But I
like
just think,
Birmingham has that built-in advantage.
like for year one, if they're playing all the games in Birmingham, they should all change their name to the Birmingham and then just keep the nickname. So there's just 8 Birmingham teams.
That would be kind of cool.
Mike Riley, the head coach.
The head coach of the Generals. I actually like that move. Look up the Philadelphia Stars head coach's picture. Tell me what you think.
He doesn't have a picture on Wikipedia.
No, but go to Google Images or something and look him up. I want to know your opinion because I have thoughts on one Bart Andrews.
Who's that guy from Arrested Development?
You talking about Jason Bateman's character?
No, the other guy, the tall one.
The dumb brother?
Yeah.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I don't know his name. So to me, there's the timer. There's the timer. We're done. Cooking's done. Cooking is done, everybody.
Will Arnett.
Oh, the magician.
Yeah, he kind of looks like a Bizarro World Will Arnett.
I can kind of see it. I always thought he looked like I always thought he looked like he had connections with the mob.
Oh, for sure.
Okay. Ready to dump this. Okay, let's plate this shit. Oh, that's a lot of food. My mountain of cabbage. All right, let me get the cell phone cam ready. Okay. What do we think right now?
Yeah, you know, like what I said earlier, looks like some meat and some vegetables.
Yeah, it's Let me. I think I got it. There we go. Yeah, it looks like some meat and vegetables. I'm gonna give it a taste real quick. Let me get a fork. So the big worry, it sounded like from you, was will those potatoes be soft enough?
That was one of them, yeah.
So I got a potato right here. The answer is kind of. The inside is very soft. The outside is still kind of like it's a little bit to pierce. It turned good though. Let's try a carrot with a little bit of cabbage wrapped around it. Okay. Strangely enough, that's pretty good. I feel like I could use a little bit more seasoning. Okay, I'm going to try a piece of meat now. I'm going to try a piece of corned beef. Oh. Okay. So here's where I went wrong.
It looks a little chewy, Jim.
Yep. I think boiling the meat made it very, very chewy. It's very chewy. It's like eating a piece of rubber. So the meat probably could have been done better. I assume if you're actually doing this recipe right, you're slow cooking it, it'll be like slide off the fork, like tender. I did not do that. It's very chewy. Let me try a piece of garlic just because I like garlic. That's always good. Let me try a little cabbage. The cabbage is actually really good. It's super soft, very flavorful. I think the only thing I fucked up here was the meat. You're really supposed to like let these really cook for hours and hours and hours. Time that I just did not have.
How done is the meat? Is it?
I'll show you a piece up close. It's done. Like it's pink. Well, it's cooked. It's cooked all the way through. Overall, I'll give this like a 6 out of 10. I think the vegetables and potatoes and everything went pretty well. The meat really fucked everything up. I'm sorry, Ireland. I couldn't do you better. I tried. Have a get this on me. Oh, this was so chewy. It was just so chewy. That'll do it for this episode of Cooking with Jim. Corned beef and cabbage. Cabbage good. Corned beef not good. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for Parlay Patty for joining in. Tune in next week when I cook. It sounds like I'm cooking some dip. Sounds like I'm making dip. Should be fun. Peace out, everybody. Oh, God.